softball. Tonight, the Panthers opened their conference schedule with a home game against the Campbellsport Cougars. Hello again, everybody. It's Brad Ballbrick along with Mike Bridge on the camera. And we're just about ready to get underway. Leading off for the Cougars is Emmer, their shortstop. Ball low and in.
Panthers coming off a big win from last night.
Yeah, they took on Nicolay, Knights, I believe it is, and 14-0 win. Got 11 runs in the first inning. The Knights really struggled to execute defensively, and the Panthers just took advantage of it and played solid defensively themselves. And Helmer, she threw like a two-hitter last night, so
she's behind right now, 3-0 count.
3 balls, no strikes, just underway here. Top of the first batter of the evening. And she comes right at the belt for a strike. Well, last night we saw the strike zone open up quite a bit, Mike, as the evening went on. It'll be interesting to see what the kids do and how they adjust. There's a soft fly ball, falls foul, and Helmer back in the count battling. Now runs it to a 3-2 count.
You don't want to give a free base to the leadoff batter.
You definitely don't want to give in to anybody, really. You want to make them put the ball in play. Nice job. Swing and a miss. And she is tagged out, I believe.
Yep.
So 1 out. Swinging strikeout. 1 away, and the batter now is Renderman, the third baseman for the Cougars. Well, when your lead batter strikes out, that's not a good sign because, you know, you think about it, your lead batter is a contact person. They're going to put the ball in play, try to get on base.
That's
not that a lead batter can't strike out, but you just hate seeing it. Unless it's for the other team, I guess. Bunted, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Homer getting ahead of the count early in this with this batter.
Yeah, your leadoff batter usually want to make the odds the greatest possible that they will get on base.
Yep, or make something happen so that the defense has to play it, but you don't want to see them striking out. No balls and 2 strikes. Helmer on the mound. Clemmy catching tonight. Ball away. We'll set that infield for you as we go.
A different set of umpires tonight, too. That might have been a strike last night.
Yeah, maybe last night it was off the corner. It was still a strike. Ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice job by Helmer right here, though. You don't want to throw something right down the pipe. She's kind of nibbling at the corners a little bit, keeping the ball down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball inside.
Back to a full count.
Helmer on the mound. Clemmy catching. Clemmy did not play last night, but it's behind the plate tonight. 3-2 count. Fly ball. And going to fall in for a base hit. But Jordan Pieper got a slow jump on it, but then kind of turned the wrong way and got caught, not able to find it. And it's going to be a very harmless base hit. Something that you like to see as glove, but early in the season. Let's set that infield for you. Stoney at first, Pieper at second, Leiter at third, and Sipple at the shortstop. Now base hit down the right field line by Walsh. Walsh will get a triple, and the lead runner will score. So Renderman's harmless base hit becomes harmful as Walsh, who's a very nice batter, hits a triple down the right field line. Struve chased it down, but long throw to third base. And on the relay late, Walsh will be in there standing up. Better now is Hepp, their catcher. Takes a strike at the knees. This program is brought to you by the backers, our Plymouth Community TV 14 sponsor team. We're proud to have the backers supporting the youth and teams in our community. There's a bunt out in front. Helmer will pick it up and not throw in time, and safe all the way around.
I thought she was going to toss that one to third. Instead, she looked her back, and now we've got runners at the corners.
Well, what you have to do in that case is make a hard bluff to first and then come wheeling and commit to throwing it to third, but that wasn't going to be the case there. Have a courtesy runner for Hep. I'm actually going to rule that a fielder's choice myself. Had the choice of making a play at first or for sure, or trying to make a play at third, and chose to hold on to the ball. Better now is Schill.
I really think you had to go for the out, personally. With runners at the corners and one out.
Yeah. Well, here's a situation where the runner will be on the goal, and Panthers will not throw through.
Right, now you have two runners in scoring position.
And for you at home, that's the way this game is played. Unless you have a really standout catcher and a fast pitcher, it's really hard to get that person at second, and then relay to get the runner trying to score from third to home. And the Panthers elect to just give that person the base, and play defense. Better now is Schill, the first baseman for the Cougars. Campbellsport Cougars visiting your Plymouth Panthers here at Gale Granz Fields. Another bunt out in front. Oh boy, I tell you, you get a good throw, and they're going to make the play, but not the case there.
The throw was in time. Just wasn't on the mark.
That's for sure. So nice job of getting the runner at first for the second out. On the play, runners will advance. Walsh will score the second run of the game. But Jordan Pieper was right there, and just, if she would have set her feet a little bit better, but she threw it way wide. But you're right, Mike. If that ball's thrown well, they get her. Ball, slice foul, out of play. Habig is the batter. Habig is the designated player. She is batting for the pitcher, Albert. Again, you have a designated player that is allowed to play bat for any position, and Campbellsport will have her bat for the pitcher. Fly ball, center field. Staus will make the catch to retire the side, but not until the Cougars get two runs. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on. I should say, yes, 1 left on. After 1/2 inning, the Cougars have 2, and the Panthers coming to bat. And we move on to the bottom of the first after the Panthers allowed 2 in the top of the first to the Cougars. Leading off for the Panthers is Jordan Pieper, the second baseman. Jordan has moved over to the left side over the last 2 years, committed to that, and it's all on the pretense of getting out of that box quickly and making things happen. She will, at times, punch it to the third base side and just get on her horse and just beat it out. She did last night, beat at least 1 out that I can remember. Takes the ball inside. And now takes a strike on the inside corner. The pitcher is Albert, and the catcher is Hep. One pitch. Jordan fouled one back. Chase one up and around the eyes there a little bit.
That was a little high and inside.
And that's, you know, we talked about leadoff batters. Leadoff batters also have to have a very keen eye up there to run that count high and hopefully get some walks. Any way on is important, and if a leadoff batter gets walks, that's super. Ball in the dirt, evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. But it's early in the season. We have to remember that, right?
That's right. The weather tells us it's early in the season.
Yep,
Brad.
overcast and cool to cold. Soft line drive back to the pitcher. 1 out. Batter now is Sipple. Sipple's a shortstop for the Panthers. Has been there for, I think, 3 years now. Takes the ball away. Panthers down 2-0. Bottom of the first. Winding the pitch. Fly ball, out of play. We'll never miss an opportunity. One of our sponsors is Huberty's CPAs and trusted business advisors. With today's constantly changing tax laws, cookie cutter strategies are rarely the answer. At Huberty, their tax expertise allows them, to fit your individual and business circumstances in order to create a custom solution so we can anticipate your needs and plan accordingly. There's a ball low. That way you'll never miss an opportunity. That's Huberty CPAs and trusted business advisors. Phone number there is 892-2423. Sipple battling up there. Takes another ball down and in. Runs count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 1 strike, I stand corrected. This is a pitch where you can really be selective. It's in your wheelhouse, you're going to be all over it. If it's not what you like, you let it go. That was in the wheelhouse.
Yep.
And she'll drive it up the middle for a base hit. A nice job by Sipple to get the first hit for the Panthers. 3-1 pitch. Something right pretty much down the middle, and she just got all over it and drove it up the middle for a base hit. Well, Bill Kane's RE/MAX Realty Plus is another one of our sponsors. The Bill Kane team of realtors, auctioneers, appraisers are proud to be a backer of the Plymouth Community TV. Their team can assist in any of your moving needs and questions. Let's put over 30 years of experience to work for you. Real estate, auction services, personal property appraisals, all that at 893-8842. That's RE/MAX Realty Plus. Realtors, auctioneers, and appraisers. Good luck, Panthers, from Bill Kane's RE/MAX Realty Plus. Batter Staus took a strike on the inside and now swung and missed. Boy, that was a interesting call on that first strike.
Yep.
Looked down and in. Got to protect that plate now. Sipple at first. Pretty good speed. I'd be surprised if anything's in the dirt. She takes off. Ground ball off the bag. It's a fair ball. Sipple's going to stay at second since the ball was down the left field line. I'd like to see her run a little bit more aggressively to make a little pressure on the throw. But Staus with a single. Umpire could not miss that one because it hit the bag and went into left field forward territory. Better now is Arbuckle. Arbuckle plays left field for the Panthers. Hit one out of the park last night and takes a strike. No balls and a strike. 2 on, 1 out. Oh, 1 pitch. Strike on the outside edge. You got to defend that plate now. No balls, 2 strikes. Got to put that bat on the ball, maybe choke down your swing a little bit, and she'll swing through it for the strikeout.
Took her three pitches in right there.
2 outside pitches, they get 1-2 right.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. 2 out on the edge, and then 0-2, she comes right down the pipe, and boy. Batter now is Struve, right fielder for the Panthers, and swings through. I don't think she wanted to chase that one, but got committed.
I think she wanted that one back. She was coming around and couldn't pull it back.
No balls and a strike. Sipple's going to try to get to third, and will do it easily on a ball in the dirt. So Sipple will take third, and Staus will follow and take second. So 2 runners in scoring position now.
With 2 out.
With 2 out.
Little pressure on Struve.
Like to see her come through. Last night she had a couple walks and takes a strike there. Still needs to be in a position to defend that plate with 2 strikes on her. Check swing, but not checked enough. Strike 3. And that'll retire to side. No runs on 2 hits and 2 left on after 1 complete. 2-0 Cougars. And we move on to the second, top of the second. And the Cougars will send Engel to the plate to lead off. Second baseman for the Cougars. Panthers down 2-0 after 1 inning. Set that outfield for you. We have Arbuckle in left, Staus in center, and Struve in right. Later on, we'll maybe get a little shot and get the camera on each one of these ladies out in the field. Change up low in the dirt. No balls, 1 ball, no strikes. Jim's Appliance Sales and Service is another one of our sponsors. Jim's Appliance Sales and Services, all your appliance needs. Same-day service is available in the Plymouth areas. There's a pop fly to the third baseman, and Leiter will make the catch. Through Jim's Appliance Sales and Service, you can purchase new appliances from all major brands. His overhead is low, so your price is as well. Call Jim at 892-2333 or visit his website and online showroom at www.jims-appliance.com. Well, if you saw Leiter there catch that pop fly, she's wearing a face mask today. Last night, she took a hard shot off the shins, but maybe she was feeling that that ball gets you so quick, I'm going to go ahead and wear a face mask. Some kids do at the corners because in third base you got to charge for the bunt because it's a bunting game, but you also have to be able to take that quick shot. So just protecting herself here. There's a strike.
Yeah, the umpire tonight likes him low at the knees.
It definitely does.
He's called it consistent, though.
If he stays like that, the kids make the adjustment. That's all there is to it, you know. Batter here is Garak. He's a center fielder for the Cougars. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the second. Helmer on the mound. Clemmy catching. Ground ball. Sipple will gobble it up and throw in plenty of time to get the runner. Sipple had a nice defensive game last night. Everything that was hit to her, she gloved solidly. She even had one backhand in the hole kind of thing.
Yep.
Gloved it and threw a strike. John Dre, the left fielder, is now the batter for the Cougars. Foul ball, out of play. Advanced Eye Care and Drs. Tim and Cheryl Ziegler know what performing your best on the field, diamond, or gym knows that performing best on the field, diamond, or gym requires total fitness, including your eyes. The Advanced Eye Care staff takes care of all your eye health care needs with total vision and eye health testing. And a base hit out in front of the home plate, and Panthers not able to pounce on it. So a runner on with 2 outs.
With 2 out, you normally wouldn't see that. They must have noticed something about our infield playing back too far.
That's probably it, you know. And the Cougars have been a really good bunting team all the time I've been watching them, you know, and they make things happen. And sometimes you just bunt. And you can get the defense a little rattled, and all of a sudden, boom, you know. Well, again, Advanced Eye Care, most insurance plans and Medicare are accepted. Advanced Eye Care leading the way in total vision wellness to help you become your best. Ball in the dirt. Clemmy will not glove it, and the runner will advance. So John Dre is at second. The batter is Emmer, top of the order, shortstop. She struck out in the first.
Right now, a 2-0 count.
And she got behind in the count as Helmer did. in the first. And now she'll be down 3-0. 3-0. In the first, she battled all the way back.
And a runner advanced to third.
Many more ways to score from third than second. You always like to get that kid over there. Ball away. So base on balls. That's the first base on balls.
Four
given up
pitches.
tonight. And the batter now is Renderman, who reached on a base hit, a Texas League pop-up that probably should have been corralled but fell harmlessly or unfielded into short right field.
We would call that a Texas Leaguer.
Texas Leaguer is right. Looks to square the bunt, takes the bat back, and the runner will advance from first to second. No throw. You don't want that the runner at third to be able to move up, so you let that go. Renderman takes a strike. No balls, one strike. 2 on, 2 outs. You got to get the batter right here. Ball up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This was the batter that got a hard hit to right field that scored 2.
Actually, it was the next batter, Walsh.
The next one?
This is the one that had the pop up, the Texas
that's
Leaguer.
right.
That fell in. She came around and scored. Ground ball. Sipple will pick it up and throw in time to retire the side. 6-3 on the putout. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left on after 1.5. 2-0 Cougars. Well, we move on to the bottom of the second. Stoney will lead off, the first baseman for the Panthers. Winding the pitch, ball inside. Back to the backstop. Well, the Panthers need to get something going here a little bit.
They had a little something going in actually in the bottom of the first, but
They threatened.
They got to second and third, but it stalled out with a couple strikeouts.
And that's the thing. They got second and third with only one out, and they just could not even put the ball in play. And you got to have that out of your fourth and fifth batter too. You'd expect them to put the ball in play. But like we say, it's early in the season. First conference game of the season. This is the last season that this conference will be intact. It will change for both, not for either of these teams next year. They will play each other next year, but they will play in a new conference with 4 new teams, I believe it is.
Yes.
Ground ball, foul. The 4 teams that will go with Plymouth and Campbellsport to the new conference will be Plymouth, Campbellsport, Waupun, and Kewaskum, correct?
Yes, and then we start going west.
And we go west. We go to Ripon and Berlin.
Winneconne.
Winneconne, yeah. Well, Sony hit the ball hard again, but just a little late. A little sting on that one, shaking it off.
I'm not looking forward to the miles we'll be putting on, Brad. It's a lot more driving for Plymouth.
Big time.
Everybody is south and north and west.
Exactly. We're the farthest east.
Yes, we are.
So we have to go the farthest west by far, and that's how this conference added on, by going west.
We certainly were voting against it.
It'll be interesting if how long that conference stays intact, the way things have changed over the years. I have to say that it's healthy for us as far as matching up with better, more, I would say, more alike population-wise schools. Ground back to the pitcher, 1 out. I mean, we've been the largest school in this conference that we have right now, but not by a lot when we talk about these other 3 teams that are going with us. But Nahosian's gotten smaller. Falls has not gotten any bigger. Kiel's gotten smaller. Those are the teams that really have not benefited at all by this conference.
Hey, it's nice and warm right here.
Batter is Helmer, the pitcher, takes a strike at the knees.
We can't have a windbreak behind us, otherwise we would be shivering, Brad.
It is a cold one tonight. It'll get colder because we're only in the second inning, so Keep this game a moving. 0-1 pitch, ball away. Helmer threw a two-hitter, if I recall correctly, last night. Really did a nice job. Was around the plate the whole night. See if she gets something going at the plate here tonight. Ball low. The Osthoff Resort is a 4-diamond AAA property in Elkhart Lake and is currently hiring for full and part-time positions. Students and adults are encouraged to apply. The Osthoff Resort focuses on delivering the best Midwest resort experience to their guests, and their success is built by their team members, so join the Osthoff team today. Locate the employment page at www.osthoff.com.
A 3-1 count.
Yeah, Helmer working the count pretty well here. Nice to get a base runner. There's a strike at the knees.
Likes that one low, doesn't
The strike zone is low tonight. There's no question about it. But again, if he's consistent in there, the kids and the pitchers will make the adjustment. Well, we have a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt. And a base on balls will allow Helmer to reach. And Helmer will have a courtesy runner. Number 20. I do not have the roster in front of me. Trying to remember who that was last night.
It's,
And the batter here now is Bucko.
Adamson, I think.
Adamson, that's correct. Adamson is the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Helmer at first. Bucko is a designated player. She is batting for the catcher, Clemmy. Takes a strike at the belt. Again, every team is allowed 1 designated player, somebody that can bat for a defensive position player. No penalty. They can enter later on to play defense or in the field. Gives a lot of flexibility to coaches and allows more kids to participate.
And you can have a courtesy runner for both the pitcher and the catcher.
Correct. And that's always just to keep the game moving along as far as equipment, putting equipment on as a catcher, and to keep both the catcher and the pitcher fresh, because it truly is a pitcher's game, and the catcher is the second most important person, without question. Let's see if Bucko can make something happen here with Adamson on first. Looks to bunt, takes the ball upstairs, and the ball gets back to the fence. Adamson will take second, round it. Took a left-hand turn at the bag. Didn't necessarily round it, but she's at second in scoring position with 1 out. Yeah, Albert having a tough time finding the plate here all of a sudden. That's okay for us. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Full count here with Adamson at second. Chased one, and we'll go down swinging. Like to have that swing back.
Yep. That makes 2 out.
Batter now is Leiter, the third baseman for the Panthers. Adamson with decent speed at second. Need to get one out of the infield to score. Strike at the knees.
In the first inning, we left 2 runners in scoring position.
Correct.
Now we have 1 in scoring position. You can't do that all night.
Yep, hope to push her across here.
Yep.
And with 2 outs, as soon as the ball's got contact, should be on the move. Should be getting a good lead. I tell you, when you got 2 outs, and you know on contact you're going to be moving, get that big lead so you got a good jump to the next base. Gives you a much better chance to score. They can leave the base right after the pitch. And that's not a nearly big enough lead by Adamson. That's a long throw back to second, so she can go almost all the way up. to the shortstop, and she's only halfway there. And that's, again, stuff that they work on during the year. There's a strike on the inside corner.
Went in there. 2-2 count.
Two balls, two strikes. And
there it
chase
is.
one outside, and she'll go down swinging. No runs on no hits, one left on after two complete. The score remains 2-0 Cougars. Well, in between innings, we like to give you a little shot and picture of the kids on the infield and outfield. At first base, we have Stoney. At second base is Pieper. Shortstop is Sipple. At third base with the face mask right there, Leiter. In left field, we have Arbuckle in left field. In center field, Staus. He has her back to you right there. That's Staus. And in right field, way over in right field is Struve. I'd mention
I'm
all
a
their
little slow
first
getting
names.
there, but I'll get there.
I know most of their first names, but it wouldn't be fair. I don't know all their first names. It's early in the season, and I did not bring the roster tonight, so it's all on me. That sets your defense tonight.
And of course, we know the pitcher and the catcher, the battery of the team.
And the batter here is Walsh. She has been a thorn in the Panthers' side for many years. It's either her or sister, Walsh. I think she had a sister that played and just really was able to hit the ball against the Panthers a lot.
Now, her hit was to right field line shot that
Right.
scored 2 in the first, and that's where the score sits.
Ground ball, going to be foul. Well, the Van Horn Auto Group of Plymouth is driven to provide quality transportation and service at the best possible value to customers in their communities and around the county. Van Horn Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Joe Van Horn Chevrolet, and Sheboygan County Budget Auto are dedicated to the principles and virtue of hard work, integrity, fairness, and optimism. This is who we are, and that is what we will exhibit to each other, our customers, and our communities. View their website, that's Joe Van Horn Auto Group website, at vhcars.com.
Three-one count.
2-1?
3-1.
3-1. Let's see if Helmer can go right at her here. Even though she hits the ball
not
hard,
swinging.
you want to, you don't want to give it to her. Nice change up right there. Had Walsh way out in front, and Walsh could not pull the trigger.
Full count.
Top of the third, Panthers down 2-0. Swing and a miss. Nice job by Helmer coming right back at it and getting a strikeout, one away. Batter now is Hepp. Hepp reached on a fielder's choice, squared the bunt, and no play was made. When the opportunity was there, they were thinking about throwing behind the runner at third, but did not. So Hepp did reach in the first. A ball upstairs. Well, is your car embarrassed to go out on the road because there's a few wrinkles? Why not treat it to a facelift at Wagner's Auto Body, the plastic surgeons of the auto industry? Witness the rebirth of your vehicle. Strike on the outside corner. Call Wagner's Auto Body, located in downtown Plymouth at 892-8706. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hepp, the catcher for the Cougars. Ball down. Two balls and a strike. Fly ball, and it's going to drop foul into the dugout, Panther dugout. So the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hepp. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third on a very cold night. Soft line drive, Sipple barehanded, and throw in time. Nice job by Sipple to just take care of business there. Waited for that ball to hit down in the dirt and make sure she could get a good, secure lock on it, bare hand-wise. And
could be a little whistly on our microphones, Brad, because the wind is whistling out of the north.
It is getting very interesting. And it won't get warmer.
No.
Trust me. Ball down. Plymouth Glass is a family-run business, and it's an honor they feel to serve the people of this community. The owners have lived their entire lives in the Plymouth area, and this area is very important for them. And it's very important for them to treat their customers well. At Plymouth Glass, they offer a wide variety of services, including the standard and custom shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows and doors, commercial steel doors, strike on the inside corner, residential entry doors, laminated and tempered glass, interior and exterior glass tabletops, thermal pane replacement, Lexan and plexiglass, cabinet glass with many patterns to choose from. You name it, they have it. Screen repair, picture frame glass, and more. Stop in at Plymouth Glass. They are ready to handle all your glass needs. Foul ball out of play.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Helmer ahead in the count with 2 down. Ball upstairs. Well, you know, you complain about this weather, and when we get to the very end of the season, we'll be complain about being too hot. Although I will not.
I would like to complain about that, personally. When I do, remind me, okay?
Well, we hope to do a good majority of the home games this year. I'm not sure we're going to get on the road and do many away games. A ball down and a base on balls. Gets away from Clemmy. And the runner, Schill, will reach on a base on balls and stay at first. Batter now is Heiberg, or I should say Habig. She's flied out to center in the first. 1 on, 2 outs. 2-0 Cougars, top of the third. Well, the Panthers have to keep this close and hopefully get a couple. Ball in the dirt, back to the fence, and Schill will move on to second. Now in scoring position.
We did not want to see that happen.
Nope, you never want to allow somebody to get in a scoring position without having to put the ball in play, as far as with a hit or a bunt or something like that. And you always notice early in the season the catchers have a tough time with blocking the ball. They get better as the year goes on because, you know, during the preseason and practices before you start games, not a live pitching. They work on it, but it's not the same. Base on balls.
Yep.
And now runners at first and second.
Yep. I thought we were going to have a 3 up and 3 down there for a little while.
It looked really good. Now the batter is Engel. Engel popped up to the third baseman Leiter in the second. There, takes a strike. That pitch had a little more pop on it. I think maybe Helmer was holding back a little bit, trying to aim it a little bit. That maybe had a little pop on it. Nice job. No balls and a strike. And that one was another good strike. And she's working quicker. We talked about that a little bit last night,
Yep.
Mike.
Getting in a rhythm.
You find a rhythm, and it's a whole lot easier. And the batter steps out to break that rhythm a little bit. But well, she's looking good. Down and low and inside. Nice block there by Clemmy. 2 toughest positions on the field, pitcher and catcher. Helmer keeping her hand warm as long as possible in her back pocket. Fly ball in the left field, and Arbuckle will not make the play. And run will score. And now you have runners at the corners. A Texas lead single. You know, Mike, that's another one that you would hope we could get to. We can get a good jump on, but it's so early in the season, kids have not seen that live ball out in this field very often. Got to get a jump on it. Yeah, they'll get better at it.
Third run across.
Now you have runners at the corner, so the runner at first will be on her horse, try to take second base, and I think they will not throw. Well, they could throw through with 2 outs, but got to have a good arm to take it. I'll tell you this, that runner might have left early and no call.
That is the first base umpire, the umpire's call. If they leave early, you would be out.
Exactly. You got to stay on the base until the release of the ball. There's a base hit in the center field. Sousa is going to come up throwing, and Panthers did not relay well. It should have thrown it right home instead of the cutoff. Strong enough arm.
So 2 have scored after 2 outs.
And that is the third score.
Is it now? Yes, it is.
5-2. Third score in this inning. All with 2 outs. And right now the Panthers really not getting good jumps on the ball. Again, that ball was played well by Staus, and she threw a bullet in there, but there's got to be a lot of talk on the infield about where that ball has to go on the relay, or if you're going to throw right through, you have to have that cutoff person lined up with the catcher, and that wasn't all done very well there. Pieper at second will make it look easy, 4-3 on the putout, but not until the Cougars get 3 runs on 2 hits, and 1 left on after 2.5. Panthers are down 5-0. Bottom of the third, Panthers down 5-0. Need to get something going here. Top of the order, Jordan Pieper. Jordan hit a soft line drive to the pitcher in the first. Looks to bunt. Bunts left side, third base side. And not in time, as Jordan will beat it out. That's exactly why she's moved to the left side of the batter's box. Gets a good jump out of the box. Lays it down. It was not a terrible play. She just plain beat it. Batter now is Sipple. Going to throw through, and Pieper will be safe on the steal.
Wasn't the prettiest slide in the world, but...
Nope, but it was wide of the tag, and that's all you need to do. Sipple had a base hit in the first. Got to a 3-1 count and just had one in the wheelhouse and drove it right up the middle for a base hit. Hopefully she can do the same right here with Pieper on second. There's a ball slicing foul and down into the JV diamond. So, behind in the count now. Needs to defend that plate a little bit. Fly ball out of play.
Doing what she has to do.
You got to battle, and Sipple is a battler. No balls, right? And with 2 strikes.
Yep.
Another one of our sponsors is Papa Murphy's.
Strike
looked
3
at
looking.
one. Well, that's a situation where, you know, the communication on the bench should be, hey, it's a low strike zone tonight. Protect the plate if it's a low strike zone. That was right around the knees, though. That was one that Sipple would like to have back, I'm sure. 1 out, and Jordan Pieper at second. Papa Murphy's pizza is made fresh right before your eyes before you take it home and bake it in your oven, so it's always piping hot when you want it. Ground ball, third base, bobbled, thrown wide. Pieper will continue to run and score on the air. So Staus will reach on the air. It's a throwing air, also bobbled it on the pickup. But Pieper will score the first run for the Panthers, 5-1 score now. Panthers down by 4. Batter is Arbuckle. I'd like to finish up with Papa Murphy's Love at 425 degrees, located in Sheboygan County at Plymouth, plus Sheboygan North and South. Papa Murphy's, 58 North Highland Avenue, right behind Family Video. Arbuckle ball, I believe, took a strike. No balls in a strike.
Yep.
Stouse at first. Ball inside. A Supply and Rental, located at 24th Thayer Street, is a home for all your rental needs. They have everything you need to tackle those spring lawn care projects. They offer aerators, sod cutters, thatchers, bed scrapers, edgers, trenchers, lawn spreaders, and much, much more. Looks like A Supply Rental is ready for that spring yard work. Are you? Reserve your item today at 893-8676. That's A Supply and Rental Equipment.
2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Arbuckle. By a couple more games in the season, I'll know all the girls' first names. I know some of them, but some of them have come up from the JVs, and I'm not familiar with them, but we'll get there. First Bank at Bank First, I should say Bank First National, 2323 Eastern Avenue. At Bank First, you'll discover what community banking is all about. Local people making local decisions to help make banking easy. Their ties to the Plymouth area are strong, and they are fully committed to this community. Visit Bank First and discover what makes Bank First an easy choice for all your financial needs. Now let's see if Arbuckle can make something happen here. Went down swinging in the first. Last night she hit one out of the park. Strike three looking.
3. They gotta get used to that low one.
You know, and those aren't terribly low,
Nope.
but
That was certainly a strike.
certainly a strike. You got to protect that plate with 2 strikes. You can't, anything questionable, you got to be putting in play or trying to foul it off or defending that plate. There's a nice cut by Struve. Back to the backstop, just got a little underneath that. Good swing, pretty good timing. 1 run across, Stouse at first. 5-1, Panthers are down 5-1. Need to get something shaken here. Bottom of the third, still early yet. Swing and a miss by Struve. Albert heating up a little bit here. Line in the pitch. Strike 3 looking.
Wow.
Well, we had 3 strikeouts in that inning, and all 3 were going down looking. And I'm sure Coach Krebsbach can have something to say about that. That, you know, if you don't put the ball in play and you are not aggressive up at the plate, we can't get back into this thing. After 3 complete, Panthers down 5-1. And we move on to the 4th. Not moving fast enough for me, Mike. It's getting cold.
Yeah. I'm just
Top of the order.
I'm just hoping the rain stays away from us, you know,
Yeah, that's
or
for sure.
sleet.
Sleet.
I think we could get a little bit of chunks tonight.
Batter is Emmer, I have. The leadoff batter, shortstop for the Cougars. Ground ball in the hole. Sipple will get her. Nice play. That was
It
one
was a
that,
nice play.
you know, she really had a hustle to get over there and square away on it instead of backhanding it, and did a nice job of picking and throwing a hard strike to first base and getting the out. Stoney on the other side, of course, catching that at first base. Batter now is Renderman. Fly ball, right field. And again, another one falls in.
Uh-oh, and it gets a double out of it.
She hits a double out of a Texas leaguer. I tell you, we got to have kids moving a whole lot quicker than that to get after that. That actually ended up falling down and coming down behind the first baseman. Now, theoretically, though, that's the second baseman's got to be hustling out there. And maybe the wind played games with it. Struve couldn't get there. Just could not.
Yeah, that Texas leader gets you a double. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. If she can get a double out of that means somebody on the defensive end should be able to get to the pop-up.
Yep.
Just not played very well there by the Panthers. Batter now is Walsh. Walsh went down swinging in the third, but had a solid triple in the first. 1 out, 1 on. 5-1 score. Ball up and away, knocked down by Clemmy, but Renderman will advance to third. Helmer on the mound, Clemmy catching. Ball in the dirt, and Clemmy cannot glove it.
And we're going to score one.
And they'll score another one, 6-1. Panthers are down by 5. Well, Clemmy got a glove over there, but really never got shifted to, block it. It was a tough one, no matter how you look at it. Well, bases are cleared now with Walsh at the plate.
But we have a 3-0 count, though. We haven't thrown a strike yet on this one.
Gotta believe it's tough to get started in a inning being cold like this, but once you get going, not as bad. But a base on balls, and we have another base runner.
Only 1 out.
Is your yard the envy of the neighborhood, or could it use a little help? Simplicity has the help you need with their popular Conquest and Prestige yard and garden tractors. They also have a full line of attachments at Miller Power and Equipment. Full line of attachments available from dozer blades to snow throwers that will do the heavy lifting while you relax. So stop in at Miller & Belt Incorporated and test drive the new Prestige Conquest or Conquest tractor from Simplicity. Fly ball to left field and foul. Simplicity, the way to the beautiful lawn runs through your neighborhood Simplicity dealer, and that's Miller & Belt, located on the corner of Highway 67 and County Road PP in Plymouth. Also check out their complete line of steel chainsaws and trimmers. One on, 1 out. There's a ball on the infield, and that's going to fall into the backstop, or into the dugout, I should say, of the Cougars. So Hepp with a battle with Helmer here.
Head on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Be nice to get this one.
Yep. Remember, there's only 1 out, and we have a runner in first.
Ball upstairs. 2-2. Hey, you don't want to give in to the hitter with a 1-2 count. It's good to throw it, out of the strike zone, but you like to nip at the corners a little bit. Ground ball. Leiter will go to second, get the 1. Relay, not going to happen. But nice job by Leiter. Scored 5-4 on the putout. 2 outs.
Nice to have sense of the game, to get that leadoff runner.
Exactly.
Lead runner, rather.
Yeah, the lead runner is always, if you know you got it, take it. Coach Grahn was always a proponent of taking the sure out, and a lot of times he did not get the lead runner, but you can't argue with the success he had, that's for sure. Better now is Schill.
There's 2 away, a runner on first.
Takes a ball low. Napa Parts at Plymouth is another one of our sponsors. Stop in at your locally owned Napa Parts store located on Clover Lane in Plymouth for all your automotive, farm, and heavy-duty needs. Additional stores are located in Sheboygan and Random Lake. And a stolen base by Hepp. So with 2 outs, we now have another runner in scoring position. Here's a situation where you just worry about the batter. Take care of the batter. Looks to bunt. Takes a strike, and we got another steal. Third base. It's one of those situations. Cassie Simple got over there in time, but
Got there,
tough throw.
Got there faster than my camera, actually. I missed that play at third. A little discussion here.
Yeah, Coach Krebsbach kind of letting them all know that we got to keep our intensity up.
If you wonder about the noise in the background, there's a girls' soccer game right next to us here. In fact, tonight there are so many Plymouth High School kids playing. We have
Yeah.
not only the softball game here, but we have varsity soccer next to us. There's JV soccer on the football field, and there had to be 120 some runners practicing track tonight.
This is a great time of year, except it's so cold right now. But once we get the sun coming and the spring full and bloom and all that stuff, it's a great time of year when you see all these kids participating outdoors. It's just wonderful. Schill will take a ball upstairs.
This certainly is the season where we have the most participants in extracurricular.
Yeah, exactly. Full count to Schill. Hep at third. 2 outs. Like to get Schill right here. Helmer with the pitch. A ground ball. Sipple solid all night. And again, right there, 6-3 for the third out. But they get one run on 1 hit and 1 left on after 3.5, 6-1. Panthers are down. Now watch the dink around with
Here
that
we go.
too. Okay, we're back.
We were complaining a little bit about how long it takes for them to warm up tonight. It's a cold night, and they just seem to take forever.
A little dinking around here and there,
Yeah,
you know.
they've got to change this. I mean, the umpires should step up to the plate on that.
Yeah, and get him going. Not Struve, but Stoney at the plate. Crowded back to the pitcher in the second. Stoney will slice one foul out of play. Well, looking for that special bridal set for the largest selection at the lowest prices, shop at Niesman's Diamond Center, where you will always find a great buy. Niesman's is located at West 5132 County Road O, just north of Highway 23 on the corner of Pleasant View Road and County Road O, rather. That's Niesman's Diamond Center. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or no balls and 2 strikes. There's a
Well, they
strike.
haven't got any lights up, so I can't tell you.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Okay.
Got it. Time to defend that plate. Last inning, all 3 outs came via the strikeout, and the worst of it is they all were caught looking.
Yep.
And, you know, you have to stay aggressive in this game, and going down looking is not the aggressive mode that the Plymouth Panthers are all about. During that last defensive series while in the field, Coach Kresbach came out and I think did a little cheerleading to get him fired up and get him going again. Keep that focus, keep that intensity. Ground ball, foul. Good cut by Stoney.
Okay, 2-2 count.
Ground ball. Pitcher will try to pick it up, but will not. And Stoney will reach on a swinging bunt, in essence, and get the base hit. So leadoff runner on. Well, this next ad's going to be hard for me to read, but I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Oh, my goodness.
You don't want to suffer through another summer without air conditioning, right?
Right.
With this kind of weather. But you got to think ahead, right?
Right.
That's why you should call Mike or Jeremy of Four Seasons Comfort to set up a system that is just right for your home or business. They offer energy-efficient Trane air conditioners, which will keep you cool and comfortable all summer long. Stoney back safe at first. They service all brands of air conditioners, offer 24-hour service, and always give free estimates. So beat the heat when it comes, when the heat gets here, by calling Four Seasons Comfort at 565-2095. And she'll throw through thinking Stoney was going, but she'll hold on there and strike to Helmer, the batter. Helmer, the Plymouth Panther pitcher, threw a nice game last night, 2-hitter, shutout win. 14-0 win over the Nicolet Knights. Big first inning for the Panthers, and they just rode it out. You know, the other thing that happens this early in the season is it can get dark. And that's another reason you got to hustle in between innings. Ground ball, and they will tag Helmer on the way down, so 3 unassisted will be scored. Stoney will move this, Stoney will move to second. With 1 out, the batter now is Buckle. Buckle went down swinging in the second. Ball down. Another one of our sponsors is Waldo State Bank. Local, independent like you, Waldo State Bank. Serving the community since 1913. The strike at the outside corner. Waldo State Bank is located at 119 North Depot Street in Waldo. You can check their website out at www.waldostatebank.com. Member FDIC. Down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. See if Buckle can get this ball in play and make something happen here with a runner in scoring position. Panthers down 6-1. Ball up and away.
3 balls and a strike.
Now we need base runners. You're down by 5. You got to get people on base. You take it any way you can. Ground ball. First baseman will take it unassisted to the bag. So 2 in a row unassisted for the first baseman. 2 down, and now Stoney at third. 1 base at a time, but you got to punch one through in order to score it. Batter here is Leiter, the third baseman for the Panthers.
We're certainly running out of innings to sacrifice enough runs in. So we have to put the bat on it pretty hard.
Absolutely.
In here.
You got to hope for a 2, 3, maybe 4-run inning to get back in the game. And right now the Panthers are not able to put enough hits together or even base runners together. Albert has only given up 1 base on balls, and I think she's only given up 4 hits. So she's been pretty effective on the mound, and they have played pretty decent in the field. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Leiter will be retired at first for the 3rd out. 1-3 on the putout. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on after 4 complete. Panthers are down 6-1. And we move on to the 5th. Not moving quite fast enough for me, Mike. It's getting cold.
Yep.
Well, we're in the 30s for sure. A little bit of wind coming out of the northeast off the lake, which doesn't help.
Not at all. It doesn't help at all.
And we have some kind of hold up here. Must be a lineup change of some sort.
Oh, so we get to wait a little longer in the cold.
I
Brad.
guess we get to wait a little longer. Something's going on here.
Listen to Mike Slagle count down on a microphone.
Oh, that's needed in soccer, huh? You have to do a verbal countdown now?
Apparently so.
Well, I do not understand what the holdup is here.
It's going to get dark on us pretty soon if we aren't careful.
The umpire is coming to. I don't understand what's going on here. They're gonna now they're gonna clean the bases.
Oh man!
Wow, I'll tell you. Well, we're gonna cut out and we'll come back when they're ready to play.
Yeah, when they really want to play game.
And we're back ready to play. Batter here is Hayrig, the designated player batting for the pitcher Albert. Winding a pitch. Ball up.
1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, again, this is the first conference game of the season. The Panthers opened with a non-conference game last night, but take on Camelsport right out of the chute. Perennial rival. Both these teams have been pretty competitive over the years and have competed for the conference championship along with Waupun. Waupun would be the favorite again this year.
Well, it's always been between the Panthers, Campbellsport, and Waupun every year, it seems like. There are exceptions to that, but almost every year.
Early on it was Two Rivers, but then Two Rivers really fell off the face of the map a little bit there for a while. So they're struggling to even field a team, I believe. Base on balls, so we have a runner.
That's not how you want to start your inning.
Better now is Engel, who had a base hit in the third. Takes a strike. Prime Time is your one-stop shop for smartphones, home phones, satellite TV service, internet, and Radio Shack products. Primetime Cellular and satellite partners include Cellcom, Radio Shack, Dish Network, DirecTV, and Exceed. The ball gets away, back to the stop, and she's going to continue on. Nope, she's going to go back. I don't mind the aggressive running. That's not a bad idea to make the throw to third, that's for sure. Later there with the throw from Clemmy, and the runner will be held at second. Well, visit Primetime today at 534 Walton Drive next to the new Dollar Tree in Plymouth. Primetime Cellular and Satellite is a proud sponsor of Plymouth High School sports. In fact, they'll donate to your high school sports team when you support the local hometown store here in Plymouth. Ball thrown into the left field, and on the advancement, strike called at the plate, so now runner at third.
Runner at third with nobody out.
Nice job by, I think it's Adamson in left field right now. Adamson is in left field, backing that up and getting that ball back in play. Strike 3, swinging. So Engel will go down for the first out. The batter now is Garak.
Yeah, nice we got a strikeout there because your leadoff batter standing on third base.
Yeah, base on balls, gets a second on a pass ball, and another bobble ball aggressive enough to take third. There's an attempt to bunt out in front. And again, this is the kind of ball that Camelsport has played a lot of. They bunt a lot, even with a runner at third, just trying to make the Panthers make a play. Because you got to look her back and then throw to first and then relay back home in case she's going from third. And that's a tough play for a lot of girls' teams. A nice bunt out in front. Helmer will hold on to it as she did the last time. So that'll be a sacrifice. And now runners at the corners, and you'll have Garak on the go here. And the batter is Jandre. Jandre had a base hit in the second, grounded to second in the third. Top of the fifth here. Panthers down 6-1. Squares a bunt, takes a strike to allow the runner to advance. Now we have runners in scoring position at second and third. And one out. What you need now is you need a pop-up, you need a strikeout. You offer it on the bunt, and we'll take strike 2. Meyer Motors in Plymouth is your source for new or quality pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and now offers emissions testing. Meyer Motors has been doing business right here in Plymouth since 1926 and are proud to be a part of the Plymouth community. What a nice play right there.
Wow.
Helmer will take the line drive that just about got past her, but she gloved it perfectly. Very stellar play right there.
Well, that helps. We got 2 out now.
Now you got 2 down.
Remember, we had a runner at third with nobody out.
Well, I was going for a strikeout or a pop-up, but that's just as good. But what a nice play by Helmer. Top of their order, Emmer at the plate. Takes a strike on the inside corner. She grounded to short in her last at bat in the fourth. Well, if you value selection, price, and service, then you'll find great value at Meyer Motors in Plymouth. Meyer Motors, always a better deal. Fly ball into the right side of the field. And
I think a little bit of a communication mix-up there.
Yep.
I think we had two players, at first and second baseman, both going for it.
but that was the first time we've really hustled for a ball. If we would have hustled like that on a previous ball that fell for a double, we've been okay on that in that inning. That was good hustle. Sony just about got there along with Pieper. Both of them were really making a hard move for the ball. Ball upstairs.
I think it'll be 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Emmer, their leadoff batter and shortstop. Foul ball, stays alive. Nice job of busting that pitch on the inside, in on the hands of Emmer. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Ball away.
All of a sudden, we're at a full count.
We are at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Room to put her, but you want to go after her right here. Fly ball, left
Foul.
field, and foul out of play. Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids' finances, insurance? Then let State Farm agent Jim Schultz in Plymouth help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with Jim handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time for everything else. More money too. That's money Jim can help you put towards a college savings plan. So call State Farm agent Jim Schultz today and get to a better state with State Farm. Foul ball out of play. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position. Panthers down 6-1. Need to keep them down here and stay alive. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball. That's going to be deep. Over Adamson's head. And a stand-up double by Emmer.
That's going to score 2.
Well, that'll score 2. We now have a score of 8-1. And with the runner now in scoring position again, Renderman, who has 2 hits on the night, will come to the plate. Eight to 1 the score. Panthers down. Have generated very little offense. They played relatively good defense, except on some fly balls that we really didn't get to. Ball upstairs. You know what I mean by that is like a Texas leaguer kind of thing. We got to really get on our horse early on those. But it's early in the season, like we say. Ball inside as Renderman will take a seat to avoid being hit by the pitch. Two balls, no strikes. Ball away. Three balls, no strikes. The inning can continue here. I tell you, Homer has battled back pretty well, though, a lot of times. Just like that. Takes a little bit off him and makes sure she throws strikes. She does not like to give in to the hitter, and that's good competitive juices there. Plymouth Plumbing and Heating offers a wide variety of services, including faucet repair, drain cleaning, and radon mitigation systems. They also feature a large range of products, from water heaters and softeners to boilers and disposals, plus handle a full line of Kohler products. All this at Plymouth Plumbing and Heating. There's a base hit into left field, and Adamson comes up throwing, but not in time, of course. Elmer will score from second on the base hit from Renderman. Renderman with 3 hits on the evening. Batter now is Walsh. Well, check out the beautiful Kohler showroom at Plymouth Plumbing and Heating. It's a great place to gather ideas for the new kitchen, bath, or laundry room. Fly ball. Pieper's backing up on that one and will make the catch to retire the side. But not until the Cougars get three runs on 2 hits and 1 left on after 4.5. It is now 9-1. Well, we move on to the bottom of the 5th. Panthers down 9-1. Leadoff batter for the Panthers, Pieper, who is the leadoff batter for the Panthers. Top of the order. Looks a bunt, takes a ball inside, got out of the way.
I think she was ready to lay one down the third base side like she did the last time she
Yep,
got
that's
on.
exactly what she wanted to do. Third baseman's up a little bit now. But she's going to lay one out in front, and she's going to beat that one out too. Just has really perfected it almost. Reaches on the base hit.
We had a second baseman on our state runner-up team that could do that.
Yes.
The name's not coming to me right now, but it will in a minute. A left-hander that could lay that
Yeah.
down.
I'm thinking now, which is not a strong suit, you know. You're not thinking of Hunter, are you?
I am.
Okay. Steffi Hunter.
Yep.
Were they a
That's
state
what it
runner-up
reminds
that
me
inning?
of.
Were they a runner-up that inning?
I'm not sure if she was on that team or not.
But anyhow, she was able to do that.
Oh, yes. My goodness.
Pieper.
Showing some base stealing skills.
Well, down 9-1. It's interesting that you're stealing that aggressively. You need base runners, but yeah, she had that easy. So undoubtedly it felt like, well, let's go ahead and shake things up. Sipple at the plate here. That is a low pitch there. That I can't blame Sipple for taking that. That looked a little low.
That was a little low for me.
She went down looking in the third. Has a base hit in the first, so 1 for 2 tonight. Ground ball back to the pitcher. The looker back. Going to throw home and not in time. And Pieper is safe. So 1-3 on the putout. The relay not in time. Pieper will beat the relay. 9-2 Panthers down by 7 now.
A lot of that was Pieper's speed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, she stole second, stole third, and then got to look back and still was able to beat the relay home. Batter now is Staus. Staus looking for her second hit of the night. She's 1 for 2. Has reached twice. Base hit in the first and reached on an air in the third.
Now we'll put that information about Pieper, leadoff batter, being able to do that for future games.
Absolutely. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Erica is the center fielder for the Panthers. Erica Staus takes ball low. Just a reminder, at 2020 Visions, they do accept insurance for employees of Kohler, Sargento, Master Gallery, Johnsonville, American Dairy Brands, and many more. You can find 2020 Visions on Facebook at 20/20 Visions or check out their website at www.20-20visions.com.
Another strike that I thought was a bit low.
Yeah, that's too low for my comfort. When the catcher's catching the ball on the dirt, it didn't cross at the knees. Just doesn't seem to be right. Foul ball out of play. Panthers need to shake things up here a little bit. Down 9-2. Bottom of the 5th. Ball up and in and back to the backstop. Plymouth Furniture and Bedding Showrooms, located behind McDonald's in Plymouth, has a fine selection of furniture, including sofas, gliders, recliners, end tables, mattresses, bedroom sets, dining room sets, a full line of leather sofas and chairs, plus a whole lot more. They offer a wide variety of styles, so you're sure to find something that suits your taste and needs. Stop in and take a look around at Plymouth Furniture and Bedding Showrooms, and while you're there, check out the bargains at their clearance center. You'll be delighted with what you see. Strike 3 and gets past the catcher, and she will advance to first. So on the air, on the catcher, Staus will reach first. And the batter now is Arbuckle. Arbuckle would just love to put something in play here. Has gone down. Well, this is not Arbuckle. This is Adamson. Ball goes down in the dirt, and Staus will advance to second. This is Adamson, who came in for Arbuckle in this last inning and is playing left field. Ball down, knocked down by the catcher, and Staus will stay at second. Bottom of the fifth, Panthers down 9-2. Brad Ballbreck along with Mike Briggs on the camera. On a very cool, if not cold, I'd say cold.
We've crossed into cold zone.
Evening. First conference game for the Panthers. On the short end of the stick right now. Batter is Adamson with Staus at second with one out, and Staus in scoring position at second. White in a pitch. Swing and a miss.
She was quite a ways behind that pitch, Brad.
Yeah, she didn't really catch up to that, but you know, this is the first time seeing it at the bat here, and a lot quicker pitcher than what we saw last night. Swing and a miss. Runs the count to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball, foul. Visit the Paddock Club, located in downtown Elkhart Lake, where Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty from local farmers. Stop in on Tuesday for their special small plate menu that changes weekly and gives you the opportunity to try multiple dishes at a very reasonable price. Another foul ball, foul. Open Tuesday through Sunday, serving dinner in the bar or dining room, and live music Friday with Paul and Augie. Comfort food made with love for you and your family. That's the Paddock Club in Elkhart Lake. Ground ball to the shortstop. Wide throw. Staus will score. And Adamson will reach on the air and advance to second. So the Panthers push 2 across here.
Coach comes out to the mound just to let us chill up a little more.
One more way to get cold, I guess, huh? It is what it is, Mike.
Yep.
Well, we like bringing it to you because it's an opportunity to show how great of kids we have in Plymouth, Wisconsin here, I think, you know. And how many communities are able to offer televised high school games at the degree that we do here in Plymouth.
That's right.
Football, basketball, volleyball, soccer at times,
A little wrestling.
wrestling a lot, fast pitch softball. We've done some baseball in the past.
Yep. And of course, stock car races are just around the corner.
Exactly. And if you want to get involved and you feel like there's a sport that you can help out in,
Yeah.
more than willing to take it on, A little bit of training, a little bit of know-how.
I can give you the 30-second lesson on the camera.
I think Scott Richards have half a day in service to learn how to run
Most
the camera.
people's 30 seconds.
Yeah, most people's 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yep. In fact, I think I have a refresher course for him.
I think this is the right fielder, the batter is, she substituted for Stoney. I cannot see the number, so I can't tell you exactly who this is. Swing and a miss.
Yep.
And she'll go down swinging for the second out. 2 down, and Adamson at second yet. 2 outs, 1 on, 2 across. 9-3 score.
Yep.
We have. Bottom of the 5th. Ground ball. Picked up and thrown and knocked down there and picked up in time to retire Stoney. 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 left on after 5 complete. Score is now 9-3. Well, we move on to the 6th. Hepp will lead off, the catcher for the Cougars. Plymouth Panthers taking on the Camelsport Cougars in the first non-conference game of the year. Down 9-3 right now. Helmer on the mound. Clemmy's still catching, I believe.
They're wearing coats now, so it's hard for us to get the numbers.
Exactly.
Many of the kids are wearing coats, and I'd be wearing 2 coats.
It is cold. Ball upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. It has been tough to get going right away in the beginning of the inning because you, as a pitcher, you come off this out of the dugout. Base hit past the third baseman. And a base hit by Hepp. I don't believe that's Leiter at third anymore. That's been substituted to also. So again, we do not have a roster in front of us. We'll get better as the season goes on. One on, nobody out. Batter here is Schill. Schill is 0 for 3, looking for her first hit of the night. JV game is over, done. They're packing up. We got a stolen base. Hepp was the one that kind of took base after base after base the last time she was on there.
Yep.
Anything down in the dirt, and she's going to move on. Ball out of play. Well, Plymouth Community Television invites you to be a member of the backers, and we'll spread the good word about your fine business or organization. As a member of the backers, your business or organization will be supporting the continuation of quality community programming on TV 14. Ground ball back to Helmer, and she'll take it to first for the out. Nice job by Helmer. 1-3 on the put out, 1 out.
It does advance a runner to third.
Yep, we'll end up at third. And the batter now is Habig. Well, if you want more information about becoming a community television backer, call Jenny at 920-933-3382 or the studio at 893-0006. And again, we thank all the backers for their support. Little change of speed, base hit. Adamson will pick it up and throw it into second. And an RBI single. 10-3. And the batter now is Engel. Engel is 1 for 3. And it might not be Engel. They've a lot of substitutes, and everybody has jackets on. We can't tell you for sure. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Helmer. A few of the parent faithful up there yet, all bundled up in blankets and such. Another nice pitch right on the outside edge. No balls and 2 strikes. Change up and got her, and it got past the catcher.
Oh, but that you can't advance. They're gonna
Cannot
call it
advance.
back.
The will allow the runner on first base to advance to second, but the batter
Is out.
is out. You're
So
right.
there's 2 away.
I'm glad you said that. I was feeling kind of bad for a while there.
Yeah.
Garrock is
You
now
have
the
some-
batter.
If there were no one on first base, yes, you can
Correct.
run to first base if the catcher doesn't hang on to the ball. But in this case, the runner was at first base. She took off for second, but that besides the point.
Yep, it's beside the point is right. It's automatic. 2 down now. Runner at second. Ground ball up the middle. Stullis is going to come up firing here. Looks pretty good throw over the top of Clemmy. Tell you, she had it right on the mark. She was right on line, just threw it, got a little pumped up and airmailed it just a little bit. So another run across makes it 11-3. And the batter now is Jandre, I believe, their left fielder, with another runner in scoring position. Fly ball on the infield. See who makes a play here. And the third baseman, again, not later, but God, I wish I had my roster in front of me. Number 16 comes up and makes a nice play from third base. Fly ball to end the inning. Well, 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on after 5.5. It is a 11-3 score, I believe, right, Mike?
Right.
Yeah, we move on to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers down by a bunch. 11-3 score. Batter is Helmer, the Panther pitcher. Helmer has reached on a base on balls and grounded first. Looking for her first hit of the night. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Coach Dawn Kresbach at third in her second game as a head coach. Taking over the reins after Coach Gilgron decided to move on. I believe Coach Gron has decided to do some officiating and umpiring on his own. And I do think he is here tonight, though. I think I see him behind the backstop way back there. A line drive foul. Hit on a rope. A little earlier, that boy. That good swing. Good swing. And Tim Strock is helping out. Is that correct?
Yes.
Phy Ed teacher at the high school. Going to help out this year. Ooh, hit by the pitch. And that hurts on a cold night like tonight, Mike.
It does.
Helmer will be hit by the pitch and will reach first. Batter now is Buckle.
Well, they should have a courtesy runner for her.
They might have had all their courtesy runners enter already.
Okay, maybe they
So
have
she
nobody
might have
left.
to run herself.
A lot of players. I think Don is asking if we can. No, we're not.
Helmer's
going
a
to.
pretty tough kid. Tell you, the best thing is for her to probably be active instead of letting it get tight on the sideline. So she'll run for herself, and the batter is Bucko. Bucko's looking for her first hit of the evening. 0 for 2. Takes a strike. Well, we'll have Scott Richards helping out a little bit this year. Not able to be here tonight, but has helped out and will help out in the future. Swing and a miss.
I think he's going through basketball withdrawal right now. Or Badger loss withdrawal.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, that's for sure. No balls and 2 strikes to Bucko. Ball in the dirt. Well, you gotta give it to the kids, especially the pitchers in this cold weather, holding on to that ball and throwing strikes. Not easy. Ball up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chase went upstairs, goes down swinging. 1 out. Batter now would be Leiter, but I believe Leiter is taking a seat, and this is the kid that came in at third base, number 16. She played last night. I cannot remember her name. I'll have to get that roster and make sure it gets all squared away here. Takes a strike on the outside corner. That's one disadvantage as a retired teacher. I don't know the kids like I used to know the kids, you know. It's one of those things.
Yep.
Ball away. Helmer will remain at first. 1 out, 1 on. Well, like I said, it's not only the cold, it's the darkness. And, they really got to keep this moving in between innings for sure in order to get this in before it gets too dark. I mean, they can call it for darkness. There's no question about it, but you hate to do that if you don't have to. And with the overcast sky, it gets dark faster.
That's true.
There's a strike at the knees.
Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes to the batter. Young lady made a nice play at the end of the last half inning, coming in from third base all the way down almost home plate. Make a nice catch. Strike 3
right
looking. And Mike, we talked a little bit about that. We've had a lot of called third strikes where we went down looking, and that's something that Coach Kresbach's going to look at and work with the kids on. And
They're looking for a batter now.
Pieper should be here. And I think I guess she just was not ready to play.
Didn't want to get out from underneath the blanket.
Boy, that's a tough one. I mean, she should be on deck. That's just not even good team play there. I mean, you got to know that you're the next batter, and you got to say somebody's supposed to be on deck. Who is it? It's got to be me. She was probably just trying to stay warm and concentrated on that. Ball in the dirt, knocked down nicely there by Hepp.
You've seen this catcher for Campbellsport getting better as the game goes on.
Exactly. And that's what happens, and it's early on in the season. They've got to get used to the pitching. They got to get used to getting down and dirty. Line drive foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. So all teams improve as they get going in the beginning of the year. Sipple just came out to the on-deck circle, recognizing that she's next.
There we go.
Next to hit. Helmer at first, 2 outs. Panthers down 11-3. Need to get something going. Fly ball out of play. Yeah, the backstop has Coach Grans saying he always loved to use with the young ladies here. It's respect all, fear none. 1-2 pitch. Sliced foul. And Pieper stays alive. Pieper is 2 for 3, both bunting singles. Likes to lay down that bunt and just beat it out. The third baseman is up, way up, trying to take that away from her. First baseman's even up, pretty much, looking for the bunt. And that's when you slap one like that away from her. And you just slap it as hard as you can at that third baseman that's playing up short. And indeed, it was knocked down nicely there, and Pieper will get her third hit of the night.
Puts runners at second and third.
The errant throw
with 2 out.
would have been late no matter what, I think.
I believe it would have also.
But the errant throw allows the runners to advance to second and third with 2 outs and Cassie Sipple. Ball in the dirt and knocked down nicely by the catcher. Sipple is 1 for 3. Solid base hit in the first. Looking to get another one right here with some RBIs behind it. Bottom of the 6th. In the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Now Cassie's, Sipple's a tall girl. And this guy's called a lot of low strikes. And you can be low, but you got to be still treated fairly with the taller young ladies like Sipple here. That one was probably at the knees, but there's been a few real low ones for Sipple, which isn't fair to her because she's so tall. 2 balls and a strike now. 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position. Panthers can narrow the gap here, down 11-3. Ball up and away. 3 balls and a strike. This is the same count where Sipple was able to lace one up the middle. She got one right down the pipe and really got all over it in the first. If she reaches, it'll be Staus to follow. Three-one pitch. Ball away.
We fill the bases.
Well, you got to have a lot of runs, so getting a lot of base runners helps.
That's right.
Better now is Staus, our center fielder. I believe it's Erica Staus. Erica is 1 for 3. Has reached all 3 times. Base hit in the first and on an air in the third and an air in the 5th. Ball low. Bottom of the 6th. Brad Ballbrick along with Mike Briggs on the camera. Bringing you a very cold evening game. Ground ball, backhand, and in time to make the play. A very nice play by the second baseman. The backhand throw to second in time to get Sipple. Well, Panthers threatened no runs on 1 hit and 3 left on after 6 complete. 11-3, Panthers are behind. Welcome back, and top of the 7th. And with a little help from my friend in center field, Erica Staus, I found out who's in right field right now, and that's Fensky is in right field. And Rude is the player at third base. And we are back caught up now. So we'll get to know the kids more and more as the season goes on. Top of the order, Emmer to lead off. I actually believe this is somebody that has substituted at shortstop for Elmer.
I think so. I think it is also.
But we do not have their roster, of course. Ball out of play. No balls and 2 strikes, huh?
That's right.
Getting ahead in the count. Way to go. Ball inside. Well, Helmer has not done a bad job. She's really not giving up too many bases on balls. I think I only have one unofficially. There have been a few, or two, I guess I see two. But she's done a nice job of throwing strikes, and they've hit the ball pretty well. But we've had difficulty fielding some of the in-betweeners between the infield and outfield pop-ups kind of thing. We need to get on our horses and cover that a little bit, but all comes in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball, center field, just over the outstretched reach of Staus. Staus will get it in, and it'll be a stand-up double. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Mike. I think this dark sky does not help whatsoever.
Right, right.
I was pretty much in the same position, and when that ball went up, you lose it for a while in the dark sky, and awfully difficult. Pretty well hit ball. Batter now is Renderman. Ball on the inside. Nice job by Sipple covering that. Hate to see the errant ball get out there, and then all of a sudden you got a runner advancing. Ball upstairs. Two-0 pitch. Ball inside. Right now, Clemmy having a tough time getting the ball back to the pitcher. Her hands might be getting cold a little bit back behind the plate. Last night, Fensky was the catcher. She's now in right field. Ball away. So a base on balls. With nobody out now, 2 runners on, the batter is Walsh. Very long game. Taking up probably a lot of disk time or computer or hard drive time.
Right.
Base hit up the middle. Staus will pick it up, get it to second base, and runners will advance only 1 base.
So we're loaded up with nobody out. I really thought they might send.
Yeah, they've been pretty aggressive, but I tell you, Staus was all over that. Got that in really quick. Really no chance for the runner to go home unless we had a bad throw, because the ball came in, got back into the infield awfully quick. Very nicely done. Better now is Hepp. Ball slice foul. No balls on a strike.
Yeah, loaded up with nobody out.
11-3. No room for any more runners. Ball inside. Looked like he wanted to put his arm off like for strike 2, but then decided to call it a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dwight in a pitch. Strike 2, nice job. Right down on the inside corner. Well, usually Andy Damp is with me, but he's retired off of this situation, and Mike Briggs has jumped in here and expressed an interest because he enjoys this game as well as I do.
You bet.
Ground ball. First baseman steps on the plate and throws home, but not in time. 1 runner will score. But nice play by Stoney. Take it unassisted for the first out at first base.
Andy Damp took a different job. He's working at Lakeland College, and his job actually doesn't allow him to be here.
Correct.
As much as he would like.
Exactly.
So it's really not as much retired as, jobs change, and
Yep.
you got to go where the job is. The duties of his job take him around the state a little bit.
Yeah, he made life easy for me. He took care of all kinds of stuff. I just showed up and yapped. Of course, that's what I do now.
As you're good at it, to your strong suit.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Batter is Schill here. Schill is actually 0 for 3. Has reached on a base on balls, but has grounded 3 times. Soft fly ball caught there nicely by Stoney. 2 outs. And the batter is Habig. Habig has scored 3 times. She has reached on a base on balls 3 times also. Fly ball.
Oh,
South will make the play
Yes.
and retire the side. Only 1 run gets across after bases loaded with nobody out. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 left on after 6 1/2. The score remains 11 to 3. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th. Panthers have to have a bunch. Down 11 to 4. I should say 12 to 3 rather. 12 to 3. Bottom of the 7th. The batter is Adamson. Adamson will ground to second base. And 1 down.
I was kind of hoping that sneak through there. They need everything possible now.
Well, they got to bat around.
Yeah, they do.
They really do.
More than once.
The batter here is Fenske. Fenske playing right field. Half a game. Rips it foul. Good swing, just a little late. Fenske was the catcher of record last night. Did a nice job behind the plate and substituted for Struve halfway through the game. Ground ball, third baseman's going to pick it up and throw in time to get Fenske. Well, it's a long game, and we're going to wrap this up pretty quick when they get the third out. But the Panthers
Just not able to ignite anything.
They really have not strung anything together, and they had some questionable play in outfield, but that'll get better with time. There's a strike. This is Stoney. Stoney has done a nice job at first defensively, no question about that.
You bet.
Ball in the dirt. For the record, the Panthers have unofficially, this is my record here. They have 7 hits on the evening, which is not a bad night of batting. And I'll tell you, Plymouth Panthers have always been slow coming around with the bats and usually come alive later in the season. That might be the case here again. The Cougars, on the other hand, have a few more hits. They've hit the ball pretty well. A lot of base hits, nothing with major power, except for a triple in the first. Other than that, they've had base hit after base hit. Then they put them together. That's what they've done. Unofficially, they have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Brad's taking off his other shoes so he can count up a little more.
10 hits unofficially. So
there you go.
They really haven't out-hit us by a lot, but they have taken advantage of every one of those.
A couple of those hits, 3 of those hits were what we called Texas Leaguers. They could have been caught.
Correct.
Could have been.
Well, 3 balls. And a strike to Stoney. Takes a ball upstairs, so Stoney will reach, and Panthers still have a flicker or a flame left.
Yeah. It may be dim.
Batter here is a pitcher, Helmer.
She's had a pretty good night at the plate, too, I think.
Well, she got hit by a pitch in the last time at bat, but shook it off and came and pitched a pretty nice inning there.
Yep.
Takes a strike on the outside edge. Oh, 1 pitch. Ground ball. Second baseman will bobble it and throw wide. Took a funny bounce, came up, but then she really didn't take the time on the throw. Hurried it. and Helmer will reach on the air.
Runners at the corners.
Stoney's smart enough to run and advance to third on that errant throw. Helmer at first. I think you're going to see Helmer run through, take off, but with 2 outs, maybe not. You have to have base runners. You can't get your final out with a base running mistake when you need a lot of runs. The batter here is Buckle. Ball low. Buckle looking for her first hit of the night. Designated player, so she must swing the bat pretty well. She actually bats for the catcher Clemmy tonight. Another ball. But early on, those two pitches would have been strikes.
I think so too.
It's just kind of odd that all of a sudden that went away.
I was just going to mention that those would have been strikes earlier.
2 balls and no strikes.
If I didn't know better, I would say maybe the umpire gets paid by the hour. I don't know.
Well, we are over 2 hours into this game. That is a long fast pitch softball game.
A normal fast pitch game is an hour and 15, and we're over 2 hours.
We're over 2 hours, and part of it is the lackadaisical in and out of the dugout kind of thing. Swing and a miss. 2 balls,
2 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.